and we didn't play with them, but they followed us on tour. They're Monce's friends. The funny thing is they're all .comers, dude. Not even kidding you, bro.
Oh, really?
They're desk jockeys that are serious whiskey beer drinker, AC/DC, bad porn loving guys.
Porno del bueno.
You guys would have loved with them because they're super intelligent guys. They got dirty with us, you know what I'm saying, and they enjoyed it, you know.
It reminds me of
este. Discípulos tour, or what was that band?
No, Discípulos and Toracinas. Toracinas was one of the bands that we were introduced to, but I think they were scared of us because Stax came really, really, really hard on the bassist. Like he wanted to fuck him straight up, like just was gonna take
right
him.
then and there.
And I think it scared them because the some of the guys are like, you know, gay and bi-curious, you know. But I think Stax comes.
Hey, we're
on. We're on.
Turning on mics.
Oh shit. Okay.
Aquí tu amigo locutor, programador y muy bien desconocido, Dr. G.
Y su cómplice, el Chivo.
Y el Manolo Diabólico. Qué pinche showzazo tenemos esta noche, man.
Dang, dude. Saca los botines, Dr. G.
Let me just tell you guys that we've been live on Facebook for at least 2 hardcore minutes.
Really?
Before
I'm
we're
sorry.
outside.
Yeah, we said some shit.
Es por la vida del rock and roll. Estamos aquí en la Banda Elástica Radio, mi vecindad, presente con esta canción de Calavera, última canción. Was that their last song? ¿Fue la última canción de ellos o qué pedo?
Con Max Calavera, you know.
Con Max, yeah. Pero pues Calavera como grupo, ¿no? Lo que fue Dogo Mundista y luego Calavera, you know, and no,
you're talking about Calavera from Los Angeles. That's right.
The Psychobilly Band.
Yeah, I was thinking something else.
Digo que última canción porque what happened to them? Like they
ya estaban rucos, dude. I mean, neta ya estaban rucos. I mean, Dogo Mundista it was from like 83, 82. I mean, ponte a pensar.
Dude.
You know?
Yeah, but, dude, you got the Rolling Stones who are like 90 and still, you know, playing.
Yeah, but Keith has access to really, really good drugs.
And
dude,
I'm sure los Tijuaneros did too, man.
Dude, I still remember that one time. I can't remember how the hell we ended up in that one homie's living room, and we were watching some random like comedias en español. It's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
In which city?
Up in
Whittier.
Whittier?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
We're watching Los Pinches Juniors or something.
Yeah.
Ya no me acuerdo.
He was really old school that way. Y bueno, un saludotos al Cejas, wherever you are, buddy. I mean, I had a really good time with them when I relocated back in California when I was in Texas. And, you know, I went up north to Santa Cruz to watch them actually. And then after that, just completely lost touch with them. And un abrazo, un saludos, Cejas de Calavera. Esa fue última canción. Ojalá no fue la última de ellos, pero vamos a seguir con el rock and roll.
Con el pinche rock, man. We're just getting started, dude.
A ver, wait, Manolo.
Okay.
I saved my questions into your set.
Okay.
¿Qué anda con Kurai?
So Kurai es una banda que es de Barcelona, España. Se formaron originalmente as a one-band project. So típicamente lo que tocan en su música es punk rock, hardcore, hard rock. So I've been listening to their music and I've been super digging them. And I'm like, okay, who are these cats? ¿Quiénes son? So it turns out que los ex miembros de Kurai son Fernando Sapo, ex vocalista del Corazón del Sapo, Joseba Ponce, ex bajista de Dut, Miquel Cusalis, ex bajista de Negu Goriak y guitarrista de Anestesia, y Galder Izaguirre, ex baterista de Dut y actual baterista de Perry Sarak.
Betty
No.
Chirac. Okay, so you got a bunch of Vascos living in Barcelona? Dang, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And esta canción se llama Bilisto, and I felt it was an appropriate song to kick us
Rock and
off.
jam.
Yeah.
Rock and jam. Yeah. Well, the scary thing is it only gets better. That's the scary thing.
Yep.
Okay, bueno. Seguimos, Manolo. A ver.
Curay Bilusto.
Mi vecindad.
Yeah, I gotta turn this shit on, dude.
Oh, I have it on the background. Yeah, it just okay. So you got basically almost all of Duke without Fermin.
It's a what's it called, a super group.
And then one of the guys from Betty Chirac, who ends up being like Betty Chirac is still big, dude. They're like kind of like they got bigger than Helmet in País Vasco. They got really big. Dude. They got really big.
Yeah, because I was like, their music is so fucking kick ass. It's like every album is kick ass, and I'm like, okay, because at first it was like, okay, this band's really good.
It's got some speed.
Yeah. So I mean, all three of their albums are good in different ways.
I wish I knew what Kuraya, because I somehow there was some kind of Japanese reference to that, whether there was like a martial art or something. I tried looking, but it must be a Basque word that I just don't know. ¿Cómo se llama el lenguaje de los vascos?
Euskera.
Estamos en vivo en el Face, también a través de DiavloVision, la banda elástica también, and just so you know, la banda elástica radio.
Bueno, para que se amarren bien en esta noche, we're going on a highway to hell tonight.
Oh man,
it's just,
it's definitely, and we're gonna repeat this over and over again. I like to think es un playlist rock and roll ramonero con lots of Lemmy, in there.
Lots of Lemmy. In fact, hay una rola que escogió el Manolo that I swear, it sounds like Lemmy in Spanish.
Yeah. The whole fucking
it
sounds like Motorhead.
I'm sitting there going when did Lemmy learn Spanish? Man, he must have been switched from whiskey to tequila one night and just said, like, I can do this,
From what I could tell, he participated, in general. He was like, he's definitely.
Y toda la noche es de porno guarro. And, yeah.
Oh,
in fact,
yeah,
all
man.
The songs, most of the songs that I picked son romanticonas.
Yeah, I think there's romantic and there's like dirty mans, like dirty romantic.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go with the dirty mans. Yeah.
So G, to answer your question, I just Googled, translated the curaya, and it means the curate, which means a member of the clergy.
Oh, okay.
Engaged. Yeah.
Okay.
But the clergy, that means they're religious, no?
Or some kind of
religion of sort.
Kind of, yeah.
In España and País Vasco, for the most part, son bien católicos, but at the same time, they push back harder than any other country that I know. So it's very.
But there's always a double meaning to some of these, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
I mean, you were, especially when you heard like nuestra amigasa Monse like cuss. It's like, it would make me blush, dude, because she was like,
you think you were like saying,
you thought we're dirty.
Even you're the one that's saying it, Me van a castigar.
Yeah, dude. Every time she would cuss, my jaw would just drop, and I was like, "Wow."
You're just waiting for your mom to come out y te agarra por las greñas and pulls you. There's always un insulto a la.
No, perdonan.
A blasphemous like thing, or contra la patria. You know, and it was just like, just like it's a trip.
And but spoken with like a true punk rocker, no?
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Sigismundo Toxicomano.
Oh, these,
now, where are these vatos from, dude?
so these fuckers are old as fuck, man.
A lot of the bands tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of the bands tonight are like,
So these guys son del País Vasco. They're from Vitoria-Gasteiz, que es la capital. Y se formaron en el 97. Yeah,
okay.
and
well,
these
you know
fuckers,
what?
estos
Then
cabrones tienen 11 álbumes, güey.
Ok. Entonces, esto va a ser la tema de esta noche porque creo que nomás un grupo
es nuevo.
is on the new side. Y no crees que son muy nuevos, porque los integrantes pues ya están viejos, ya están machotes los güeyes. Pero la tema de esta noche es like, most of these guys are like, yeah, and we'll talk about that later.
Great backs tonight.
It's like fucking alcohol, coke, and Viagra, dude.
Y sin saber, creo que el 95% de los grupos son de España o de País Vasco.
Yeah.
With the exception the opening and the closing. I think everybody else is like, y no es a propósito, just
there's a
lot of rock.
Ok, esa canción es Ilegalidad de Segismundo Toxicomano del País Vasco de la capital Vitoria-Gasteiz. Se formaron en el 97 y se describen, llevan años en la carretera y pateando todos los escenarios del estado. And these fuckers have played with everybody, man. 11 años, el último álbum salió en el 2019, so they might be on hiatus. I mean, these guys are old punk rockers. You know, old punk rockers never die, dude.
They don't die. They just hang out in the corner. You know?
What corner?
Yeah. So esta pinche rola está chingona, man. It just te prende, man. Te prende bien machín.
No, definitivamente, man. These groups. I mean, I wanna jump right in to your next band, okay?
Okay. La siguiente banda.
Yeah.
La siguiente banda que vamos a escuchar es Ignotus, que los hemos escuchado antes tocando con Antiheroes, o miembros de esta banda han tocado con Antiheroes.
And they're also old as dirt.
Esta rola se llama Bandera Negra. Ignotus es punk rock and roll de Madrid, España. Se formaron en el 95, así que estamos escuchando un tema. And el álbum de esta canción salió en el 2012, Rock en Terapia.
Rock en Terapia.
Yeah.
Pero mira, quiero que escuchen la rola, because I swear it sounds like Lemmy and Motorhead.
Dude, this is total Motorhead.
I was just like...
Pero lo que me gusta, aparte de la canción que está bien chingona, es the beginning of the song, the intro. Listen to the old man.
A ver. Bueno, aquí en mi vecindad. Idiota.
Es un idiota.
Dude, esta rola, like, I would just crank it up, dude.
Yeah. I think that's what happened. Many a time I cranked it up.
Yeah.
You know, that's interesting you say that, porque me acuerdo listening in the car, and as I'm like, you know, tuning in, I want to hear like the energy.
Yeah.
I want to feel, you know, and this is crazy. Wait, so who's the singer?
De Ignotus?
Ignotus, yeah.
Let me find out. I didn't get into that thorough.
But I swear, dude, it's one of the closest Lemmy impersonations I've ever heard. One of the best.
I wonder if it's someone who was a band member forever but never sang until now.
Maybe.
You know.
They have Christian as their vocalist.
But it doesn't sound like Ignotos normally. But anyway, este temazo, dang. In fact, cuando mandaste estas rolas, I went and revisited Motorhead for a little bit.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, una de las últimas canciones que grabó Motorhead before Lemmy passed away was a cover to one of Lemmy's best friends. He covered Heroes by David Bowie.
Oh,
David
shit.
Bowie.
Damn.
Okay? David Bowie se murió a las cuantas semanas, and then Lemmy followed him like 2 months later.
Oh, my God. They had
And the
fucking...
version of Heroes for Motorhead is very unique. Like, trip on it. Because he wasn't like, you could say que la estaba haciendo con puro corazón, like, you know, like, he was just, it was very Motorhead, pero con toques de Bowie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, that says a lot about Lemmy and Bowie. And Lemmy and Bowie as people. That they were that close.
They were tight. They were tight. Dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they rolled in the sack a couple times. I mean, that's Lemmy. You know?
Yeah, that's Bowie too.
Yes, that's Bowie.
Dude, this song.
No,
go for it.
Se vuelca uno con la música.
Yeah.
No, por eso digo que esta noche muy ramonera, very sucio y bastante Lemmy. Aquí en mi vecindad, saludos a todos los del Face. Ahí no nos vamos a disculpar por todo lo que hicimos aquí en mi vecindad, porque sometimes we don't know what we're talking about, but the majority of the time we enjoy it.
Eso.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of funny porque the first two, like especially the first song, it rocks. It just kind of, but definitely by once you start getting to Ignotus, it builds up. It's like you started off with a pint, and then you found out that you could order pitchers, and it's like, oh shit, you could get pitchers, and that's when the pitchers start flowing.
And then little by little sale the bottle of whiskey, and you're just like, oh, this is just gonna be a sloppy night. It's gonna get sloppy.
Like, yeah, it sounds like Lord of the Rings. That one scene at the bar. You could order pitchers. Or
Desde Ignotos all the way to the end, it's definitely pole dancing, pink poodle.
Hamburguesas left and right.
Yeah, shake your booty, hazme hamburguesas. You know, rocking and sadly, I keep picturing Stax in every song playing guitar.
Oh yeah, definitely with Ignotus, that jam.
Oh, with all these guys, it doesn't matter. Like
wearing his white pants,
you know, Colin in the pit with the big dildo and trying to make out with Felix on stage.
Didn't he have like the hat with like mariachi style on the side?
Stax también. Oh yeah, Stax lo que él hizo, he was on a search, and we'll remember this because nuestros padres used to do it. You remember los pantalones de polyester, the Wrangler ones, flared?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The straight cut,
yeah,
the boot
with a little bit of flair para los botines, so they were kind of like the dressier, but not really slacks, pero man, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Stax found a couple pairs.
Yeah.
So he would wear them
everywhere, dude.
Everywhere.
Was it?
I think they were like algo así, like he would love to go to like the Western wear shorts, like the Western, like, you know, yeah. Yeah.
Man, those shirts, man.
Yeah, the shirts. They were 2 sizes too small, dude.
And I was like, dude, that's the hardest fucking working member of the band right there. Is your shirt.
Oh man, we gotta go on live. Así es que we're turning on mics.
We gotta go. Los pinche dry heavers.
Heaver 5.
Del álbum Words of Surrender 2007. De pinche Watson, California. Was it 98 that you guys formed? Se formaron?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like active por como casi 3 años. You know, we're actually still not, we're not done. because there's still rumors that we're going to play again.
Mhm.
You know, as long as Stacks todavía tiene las botas blancas, the belt buckle con el scorpion on. You know?
Oh, he's got those on standby, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, dude. Ready to go, dude. Like ready to go.
In the closet by the door, he's like,
Puro rock, dude. Ese
So-
tío es puro rock.
So let's talk a little bit about Los Pinche Dry Heavers. What
Yes.
was it? 3 albums?
3 albums, a couple of EPs, and a
7-inch,
songs.
couple of
Um,
compilations.
Yeah. Neta, we should have had more, but because of lineup changes, shit happens. It just didn't happen. But regardless, it was fun.
What was it?
Fun. Monday,
12
balls
inch?
deep. Yeah, no, 7 inches for you. You know,
7
you're
inches
modest.
just for you.
Just for you. You're modest.
Pero it's you gotta, I just gotta say, dude, Los Pinches Dry Heavers have their place in local punk rock history.
In lo que es Northern California, yeah. I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
You know,
Especially in Santa Cruz. Porque for the longest time, you guys carried the fucking flag for punk rock
well, the funny
in
thing
Santa Cruz.
is the Good Time gave us they gave us the award for punk rock band of the decade.
Oh, damn.
And we were just sitting there going like, all right, whatever, you know, good, cool. You know,
Well, you know what? Part of this tonight, I on top of the fact que le subí el volumen completamente para escuchar las canciones, me recordó mucho esos eventos, ¿no? Los eventos ya sea en el Blue o ahí en Watson,
en San Pancho, en Salinas,
Yeah.
en lo que sea.
los hoyos
Fortunadamente, we had el honor y el placer to be able to do what we were doing in those venues in Mexico City, in País Vasco, Madrid, Barcelona. I mean, like, because some of the bands that we're going to play with and the rest of the set, we've either played with or are friends with.
Mhm.
So me da mucho honor. I mean, man, we were lucky. We played with B-Movie Rats. I mean, Nashville Pussy. I mean, we got really, really lucky. I mean, I think we played with more of our heroes than I didn't, you know, so.
Y luego también on the Anglo side, Bad Brains, fucking how many Warped Tours? 2, 3?
Two
Yeah.
tours of Warped Tours. We
Yeah.
played with all the Ramones except for Joey. The only band we never played with was members of The Clash. But we played with almost everybody else.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
we got really lucky.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about that song, We Gotta Go.
Okay.
By entonces, definitely the sound of the Heavers was a little bit more polished in some ways. I mean, because in this song, I mean, the song structure
Kind
flowed
of.
really well.
A lot of that, mira, mucho tenía que ver con at that point, Russ Rankin
I was going to say that.
se metió and he
Mhm.
actually, there's not really secrets. In fact, one of the songs on there is a Russ Rankin song.
Dude, there's on this album, there's a song where you're doing like multi-tracks on vocals.
That's all Russ.
So yeah, no. What I'm saying is like, so when I first heard the album, I think there was a couple of things about it that, you know, it took me a few listens to get to. Pero in retrospect, it sounds good. This song in particular, porque the fucking slide guitar. How many fucking songs do you guys have with the slide guitar?
At the end of this particular song, those guitar, it was a steel guitar, you said?
No, he was using a bottle.
Oh, he was using a bottle as a slide.
Because he would do it on stage. I mean, the thing is that for as polished as it sounds, it was pretty raw. We didn't spend much time in the studio.
Towards the end, that captured me.
The only thing that is that Russ was very,
Right.
very meticulous, especially on vocals.
Mhm.
And so a couple songs changed a little bit because of that. One in general, I'm proud of it. It's just I really wish he would have sang it because I think it would have been so much better. Because I heard him sing it.
No.
I heard him get on the mic and do it, and I just felt like, and I have no problems. I was like, do it, bro. Just you do it. You know, like, you know, dale, because it sounds great. You know, like, so it is what it is. I had a blast.
Oh man, I'm still having a blast. Great playlist. Vamos a seguir con el rock and roll esta noche.
Mira, vamos a seguir con un grupo que nosotros tres somos fanáticos de aquí en mi vecindad. Se llama Discípulos de Dionisos. Desfortunadamente, I never got to play with them, but I got to party with them a lot.
Some of you guys
In fact,
played with them, but not.
No, lo que pasó es que la segunda gira que fuimos a Europa,
Yeah.
me habló Monse, and she said, Discípulos is playing in El Sol, like 6 or 7 days before we were supposed to go on tour. And we got un vuelo para llegar un jueves. El miércoles, you guys were there. We played the Blue because we had to open or play main support for B Movie Rats. And I got
Whiskeyed out.
stupid drunk. Casi ni me dejaron ir a...
Wasn't it like
No podías caminar, güey.
Oh, dude, I got so drunk. Do you remember that, Manolo? Or do
Yeah,
you
you're a mess. You're a mess.
I was a sloppy mess. Porque el vocalista de B Movie Rats was totally hanging out and drinking with us. And it was a band that I really, really respected. So then we get on a plane. We go to Madrid. Ese jueves en la noche tocó Discípulos en El Sol. And I went there hungover. And I don't regret it for 1 minute because Discípulos played the show that I wanted him to play.
Dude.
I mean, they got nasty. They got naked. They made out on stage.
dildos?
It was wonderful.
Juices were flying.
It was wonderful. We ended up hanging out con el bajista y el bataquero, and they actually live in Donosti, in País Vasco. So when we did the majority of our shows in País Vasco, they actually went to 3 or 4 of our shows and hung out with us.
Nice.
So I was in love with them. Anyways, vamos a ir con Discípulos de Dionisos con la canción Beso Negro. And yeah, it is what you think it is.
Saca la bolsita aquí en mi vecindad.
The beautiful thing about Discípulos is that they're from País Vasco, but they don't play País Vasco very much. And when they do a tamed version of Discípulos.
Is it because they're too toxic masculine?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the bands that I'm playing tonight, even Nuevo Catecismo Católico, if you want to see them, you probably better off seeing in Madrid or Barcelona. You'll see them like really go off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was really fortunate to see them. It blew me away. They were like the Dwarves meets Diesel Queens meets AC/DC live. Like it was
Discípulos?
Discípulos. Oh, they got fully naked, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think the drummer did.
And tonight that wear the leather.
Yeah.
They wear it good
Now,
and tight.
Now, la banda que sigue, Toracinas, we met them. We didn't get to play with them. It was hard not to not notice them because estos 4 muchachos, the way you see them on stage and the way you see them on portadas, they dress like that 24/7. I'm not even kidding you.
With the German police cap and all of that?
Everything.
So they live it.
They live it. So what do you think happens when Stax listens to the jams and sees them walk into a bar?
Yeah. He's like, I play guitar too.
So I think Stax really scared the shit. I think at one point they were scared that he was going to rape him. And he'd buy him a Denny's breakfast the next day, but
because he's classy like that.
Because he's classy like that. But,
Denny's. How many Denny's after hours did we attend?
So, desfortunadamente, I really like the music of Toracinas, but they hung out with us very little. I think Stax really kind of scared the mess out of them.
It came on too strong.
Yeah. That's almost impossible to do with a band like Toracinas.
Yeah, but okay, this is the thing is the Heavers.
Yeah.
Even you guys, I mean, don't pull you guys short. we're a scary bunch at shows, dude. Like,
Well, not only
we're a
that,
scary,
dude.
sloppy bunch.
Not only
They're
that,
scared of us.
pero pinche Xavi forewarned them all because I mean, who the fuck comes out with a fucking CD that says punk rock motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Do you remember Jet Sex from France?
Vaguely.
Okay, they came on tour over here and they didn't have any shows. So like Mari from Salinas like hooked them up. So we jumped them on for a few shows. Stax found out that the vocalist was curious. And it went south real
Like
fast.
he was in college or something, kind of curious.
Well, no, he was gay. He was just kind of like not
Out.
confidently out, especially not here in the States. And after Stax got a hold of him, it just
He came out completely.
we were in San Francisco at one place, and Stax had him against the anti-social club against the wall.
Oh, the Annie
With his hands down his pants and making out with him.
Nice.
Right? And he was kind of like, no, you know, like he's like, oh.
buy me dinner first.
I remember going to a show there with you guys at the
and
it was
and he was just like
Outside Lands or something, and I went there after.
Yeah, Stax was just really proud of like whatever, dude. Like he didn't care, dude. Like he's just like, you know, doesn't care, dude. Like doesn't care. But actually, none of the guys in my band care. Flo también
was a
era
great
bien mañoso. Yeah.
The Anti-Social Club.
Yep. Very good one.
The
Are we on
bartender was
Torasinas right now?
Annie. Yeah, Toracinas. Annie or something. The
Annie
bartender.
social. It used to be the yeah. She was cool. She
Yeah.
loved us.
Kids. I had her kiss my coaster, and I kept it. So somewhere, her kiss on a coaster. You know.
Well, I'm surprised
That's
you
how
didn't
much-
tackle her and try to like.
You're right. We are a little sketchy sometimes.
No, that's what I'm telling you. Is like our little group of friends. Tenemos fama like around the world of being kind of like a
You know what's
scary
funny,
bunch.
though? We're kind of quiet, right? Until we get like rock and roll.
Then it gets really
Like,
nasty.
así es como mi vida cambió.
Yeah.
You know, when you discover it, you're like, yes. This
And
is
see,
it.
none of us, like if you see Stax practically raping a pretty boy from Paris, we're just smiling, going like, yeah, it's just Stax, no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, but other people in other parts of the world, they'd be like grossing out or, you know?
Yeah.
¿Te acuerdas de la, remember one time we played
You know, Mike's
the
turning
Vets
on
Home?
mic.
Okay. Mi vida cambió.
Game changer.
Toracinas, un grupazo de Madrid, de la Malasaña. Estos cuatro tíos, they live the rock and roll. I'm not even kidding. The jeans, the dirty jeans, the leather, everything, the makeup, you name it. Like 24/7. And I could prove to you that I've seen it live on a Tuesday night, on a Monday night, on a Wednesday night in the bars of Malasaña. And they have no shows anywhere near them. They're just, that's the way they roll. Toracinas. And then antes de eso, discípulos de Dionisos, Beso Negro. Yeah.
Dude, that lineup right there, Discípulos and Toracinas, forget about it.
Yeah.
Beso Negro, were they talking about El Ojo de Tigre?
Oh, you know it, dude. You know it. Yeah.
Bueno.
Now, the thing is that la tema de casi todos los grupos that you're going to listen tonight is they're very, very in your face, LGBTQ, and unabashedly will bust your teeth in if you like talk smack.
Oh,
They
yeah,
will.
supportive.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they, you know, it's, I love these guys. Anyways, we're going to go on with another group that, who brought this? Did you get the first copy of the Pleasure Fuckers?
I think so because of Grita.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Grita.
En como el 95 por ahí.
Dude, one of the best shows was them in Nashville Pussy.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, wasn't it?
San Francisco, yeah.
Mhm.
Was that Bottom of the Hill? Is that where it was?
Yep.
Yeah. Was it Bottom of the Hill?
I think it
Yeah,
was.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't as big as you think. Quique
GK,
is
I
just,
remember.
he's just un genio.
He was just
anyways,
hanging out. I remember it was
yeah,
like,
he was just wonderful.
He was chilling at the bar.
No, and he's
Yeah.
like that in real life. We managed to party with him a couple times in Madrid. Once is a really good friends with him and his wife. So we had a fabulous time hanging out at in un bar de not a ska bar, but like a zoot suit, like big band. It was a big band bar.
Okay.
Right. And he was recording a band, producing a band from either Finland or Denmark, a huge like ska band. So it was like the Heavers, Monse, my wife Gabby, Kike, and a bunch of Nordic guys. And we were the only ones in the bar. And it got nasty. But it was amazing. He's one of those guys that I want to definitely call a gentleman and a scholar. Un genio del rock and roll de Madrid. Los Pleasure Fuckers, big time in the 90s, a little bit in the 2000s, then disappeared. La tema de esta noche is most of these bands have been around, Discípulos since 93.
Yeah.
Pleasure Fuckers even longer. Toracinas creo que del 98, 99. So these guys have all been around a long time. So I'm going to play a couple bands, Pleasure Fuckers, and then Safety Pins. Because when I think of old 90s Madrid punk rock, rock and roll, I think of these two bands. But I picked covers, versiones of them. The Pleasure Fuckers doing Alcohol from Gangrene, and Safety Pins, a Ramones song. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Aquí en mi vecindad, la banda elástica radio. Dude, was that Gangrene or was that Meatmen?
It was Gangrene, wasn't it?
Well, I know Tesco V did it, but
you know what? So many people have covered Alcohol. There's even country western guys that do it slow. It is funny. I thought it was a Gangrene song, but
because I'm wondering if it was a Meatmen song and then Tesco V covered it because they played it because of the Meatmen.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I know Gangrene recorded it in 84.
Okay.
But Meatmen have been around just as long, so quién sabe.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't talk about the Pleasure Fuckers is that they weren't on disqueras in Europa. They were basically on Sympathy for the Record Industry here in the United States, which is Jello Biafra's label.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then they got on Grita, which just and then eventually towards the end of the 90s, they got put on either, was it No Tomorrow or H Records from Madrid? Mm-hmm. But este Jello Biafra was a huge fan. And that's what basically brought him over here to
over here to the States?
Yeah.
Oh man. Diallo has always been supportive of
Jello is he's like our version of the David Byrne on the West Coast, Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I've never got to play with Jello, only in spoken words, but even that gave me shivers. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, Jello's talking.
Safety Pins.
Safety Pins.
Estamos escuchando aquí en mi vecindad, la banda elástica radio.
Otra banda de the funny thing is, en este compi, un tributo a los Ramones de Europa, you have the Safety Pins, the Pleasure Fuckers are on it, Discípulos is on it, and I think one other band that we played tonight, it might have been Ignotos, is on it, on this comp. It was a trip. Yeah,
and this particular recording, ¿cuándo fue? Porque
Early 2000s, I think. 2001, 2002. Deja ver. '98.
Yeah, because you could tell by the quality.
Yeah.
It definitely reminds me of the 90s, you know.
It has Señor No on it, which is a band that I wanted to put on. I just didn't have enough time. But Señor No has been around for. Don Chucuta is on here, you know. Discípulos, La Secta.
¿Qué está pasando en el mundo del space diabólico?
Let me take a look. I had it up. I got it up.
Hey.
Aquí lo tengo bien parado.
Earlier, actually, we had some folk from last week turning on mics.
Come to escuchar Today Your Love, Tomorrow the World, Safety Pins. En un tributo a los Ramones de Madrid, creo, el tributo del 98. Amazing tribute album. Antes de eso, The Pleasure Fuckers con Alcohol, que Manolo me está diciendo que he thinks it's a Meatman original song. I think it's a Gangrene song.
I think it might be GBH, bro.
I think they've all covered it, bro. So, like, I mean, quién sabe, dude. Like, Desco V's covered it. I mean, Desco V actually did one of the best versions, in my opinion. You know, that's another. Es otro show. Pero bueno, so antes que se nos termine la hora, we gotta keep going. Okay. So, hablando de bandas de Madrid, Monse, nuestra amiga ya de la Malasaña, introduced us to this one band. He's all, no, so they're really good friends of mine, se llaman Rojo Omega. We got to meet them. Very unassuming, quiet individuals until they started drinking or they get on stage. Then it turns into
that's what
something
happens to the guys
totally
that
different.
you hang out with.
Yeah, pretty much like you
All those
guys.
you hang out
Like Gabby does not want to drive you anymore drunk and have to clean up your vomit in the
Me?
back seat. Yeah.
Diabólico.
Los dos, güey, los dos.
Man,
Anyways.
those days gone and forever. Pero vamos a seguir aquí en DiavloVision, la banda elástica radio Mi Vecindad, con esta cancioncita.
Casi sin pensar, una canción de amor a través de Rojo Omega. This song, they have a lot of faster, harder jams. I picked this one because it reminds me of Buck Cherry.
Cool.
Casi en los vocales and everything. It's got that like hazme hamburguesa type feel, you know?
Let me turn it
You
up.
gotta get crunchy with you know, the hamburguesa action. You know? Get those buns hot.
I'm trying to remember. Tocamos con un grupo. I think downstairs at the Vets Hall, we played for, it was Necromantics and Chop Tops. Pero el grupo antes de nosotros was that 3 or 4 piece female rockabilly band with Evil Von Slut. Do you remember their names? You remember her, don't you?
Yeah.
Where were they from?
I think they're San Francisco.
San Francisco.
And
Why do
Sinner from the Chop Tops nos invitó, right? So we're playing right before the Chop Tops.
No?
Era en Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
And I remember the guys from Necromantics got grossed out. They got grossed out porque in between the Chop Tops, they were backstage, and Evil Von Slut, Flo, and Snacks hicieron una hamburguesa.
Nice.
In front of everybody.
Was it at the Civic Center?
Yeah, yeah, in the backstage. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
It was at the Civic Center, right?
Stacks is enfrente agarrando todo, Yeah, like
Nice.
nipping on her neck, and Flo's in the back with hand up her skirt and everything. She's all, no, not right now, boys, not right now, no, not right now. Like, it's just, and the guys from the Necromantics are like, what's going on?
I somehow remember being on the sideline.
I'm sure you were. Dude. I'm sure you were there.
It
got-
moment.
It got to the point that Corey, our bassist, was just in the background, and that's when we started calling him man, the guy from
Was it The Merry Widows?
yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah. And Corey's in the background just going like giggity giggity. Kind of like, yeah. I want to see where this is gonna go. You know?
Giddy.
Giggity giggity.
So where's this band from? From
Madrid.
Madrid? Okay.
16 cuerdas.
Oh no, I was talking about Rojo Omega.
Rojo Mega de Madrid, Malasaña.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They're total, very sweet .comer guys. En el día y en la noche, like they rock out, dude. You know? Sale la animal, dude.
They cut loose.
Ok, 16 cuerdas con la canción Destrózame. Apenas acaban de sacar su disco el año pasado. So I'm thinking like, or the young guys? No,
Mhm.
they're about our age. They've been around
Mm.
forever.
Curious what else they played in. Entonces.
I didn't really look into it too much. Pero esta rola reminds me of something that like the Heavers would have totally tried to do.
Yeah.
You know, like that cross between like, wait, are you doing rock or are you doing street punk oi? Or what are you doing? You know, everything, baby, everything.
Might as well echarle, no, porque
Yeah,
a ver qué pega. You know.
Yeah. It's kind of
y luego
interesting.
las letras también son bien romanticonas. Arráñame, porque me gusta.
They're very hot topic.
Oh, yeah.
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 Vamos a ponerlo en el poster because it's been done already a couple of times. They rock though. Destrózame.
Destrózame.
Beso negro. Mi vida cambió. What's going on with tonight?
It's from the heart.
It's
from
a
the
whole lot of pole dancing, dude. It's pole. Si miras el background de Manolo, the pole there, like,
Oh yeah, very fitting for tonight's show.
I mean, you gave
Very
if
different type
if
of
you
stimulation.
threw a couple of fives there and dared Felix to go there, he'd try to go out there and dance on the pole with some pasties. Do you doubt
No
it?
divertido.
I don't.
You don't
Ahora,
know.
en tu conciencia, when was it cuando tu vida cambió? When was it that you're like, this is awesome? This is happening.
One of the
and I'm
moments
enjoying.
definitivamente probably ya estaba en camino. But I remember Manolo coming over when he was escaping his like one of his marriages. And he comes over to the house y tenía hongos. And he goes, te voy a tocar un disco. And he wouldn't tell me what it was until I was flying high off the mushrooms. And he played Check Your Head from Beastie Boys.
And you're like, who is this? Who
I
is
was
this?
so high.
Who is this?
For like, it felt como una media hora and he wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell me. And
No.
creo que en ese momento, bueno, ya estaba en camino.
Caminando, volando.
¡Destrózame! 16 cuerdas, también de Madrid. Su disco apenas acaba de salir el año pasado. It's a mix of rock and roll with a little bit of like street punk oi type of stuff. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's definitely up the Heaver alley. Esa
Oh, for
canción.
sure. There's
For sure.
many bands on
Yeah.
tonight's lineup.
Y antes de eso, escuchamos a Rojo Omega con su rolita de su segundo disco. Se llama Casi Sin Pensar. Rojo Omega tienen, creo que van por 20 años, dude. And they have también unos 6, 7 albums. A lot of records, dude. You know, definitely check them out. Si te gusta como like Buck Cherry
Love Buck Cherry.
style, like, you know, like hard rock pesado. That's what they sound like. And they can drink. Definitely. Anyways, esta noche was a fun ride.
Mucho rock and roll esta noche con mucho esencia. De hecho, fíjate, algo muy presencial. El sonido de los Heavers, definitivamente old school ramonero, y lo que es Lemmy, ¿no? Todo encompassed in one playlist, un rock and roll muy a la mi vecindad, y pues muchísimas gracias por esto porque estuvo de poca, ¿no? It was really good.
Mira, si tenía greñas, I would let.
Put on those leather tight pants. Mira, vamos a terminar esta noche. Los saludos al primo Nane. Gracias por la chela. Me trajo una chelita.
Oh, nice.
Primo Nane. He knows I like to have just a beer while I'm on the air. Gracias a todos. También se les recuerda que a través de DiavloVision vamos a estar con Non Survium el 20.
¿Este domingo? El 20. Wow, okay.
No, el 20. El 20. It's not this Sunday. I think it's the following.
Es para el próximo. Ok, y van. No están en gira por aquí, are they?
No, I think it's going to be a Zoom call. Yeah, the 30th. Okay. They're going to be on the 30th. Non Survium a través de el show de Don Diablo. A ver si me invita para...
Y los que no saben de Non Survium, they're probably equivalente a the Dropkick Murphys de Europa. De España, for sure. I mean, they are legendary. They're on the level of Dropkick Murphys or Agnostic Front. They're that big, that good.
Mm-hmm. We've played them many a times.
Oh, many times, yeah.
So, a ver si nos invita el Don Diablo para ayudarle con la visita a mi vecindad.
También hay que mandarle saludos al pinche Stacks. He's made many guest appearances on many stories tonight.
And those are the only PG-13 ones.
Part of the Mi Vecindad team. We have a lot of members of Mi Vecindad, ¿no? Y bueno, también este sábado de las 1 a las 5, Detector and Ocho Ojos presenta How Much Art Can You Take?
Really nice. And Herb.
Boyle Heights Conservatory. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to go check it out, see how much art I can take.
The beautiful thing about Herb, I don't know him as well as some of my other friends, but I've known him for 20, oh goodness, maybe more than 25 years.
Yeah.
Por ahí? Más o menos, you know, like, and he has documented 2 of the bands that I've been in, and I hardly remember because I was ODB drunk, you know, and he's made so many beautiful, not just pieces of art, but like video image. And back when technology wasn't there, like the way it is, he would do it old school style, you know. Anyways, I highly respect her.
Pues está haciendo este evento es una fundraiser with Taste Awful, Suitcase Joe, Baño, Belén Ferra, Alberto Luciano. I mean, there's a bunch of folk are going to be there.
Artists.
A bunch of artists, yeah. Fundraiser for the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory. Y bueno, vamos a despedirnos esta noche because I was thinking about Lemmy a lot. Porque ustedes me inculcaron. Terminamos con quién esta noche.
Animal.
Y con los vocales de.
I didn't get a chance. No.
You didn't get...
No.
Okay.
Apenas acabas de mandar la canción hace 2 horas, güey.
I didn't even get the intro song.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you couldn't get the intro song because it was one of those that I totally forget that some of the songs are on my computer and you can't get them because they're not on Apple Music. So anyhow.
So who does the first verse? Because I know it's in English.
This is what's trippy about Animal de Argentina, ¿no?
Uh-huh.
Tuve la oportunidad de entrevistar al vocalista allí en el show de Don Diablo. Awesome character, man. Just beautiful person. Just great old time talking about his experience with that kind of metal, right? That kind of core from
The
Argentina.
metalcore. Yeah.
Yeah, from Argentina. Y durante esos tiempos, ¿no? Cómo Animal hizo y sigue siendo, ¿no? Ese core en Latinoamérica, representando a Latinoamérica. Por una botella de whisky, Lemmy canta con Animal la canción de AC/DC Highway.
Highway to Hell.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
But see, that's the beautiful thing about Lemmy.
Yes.
Is I'm already getting chills.
Yeah.
Lemmy was un genio que transcended rock and roll or metal. Like he was larger than, it's almost like saying
He transcended styles.
Like, or también como like Joey Ramone. Yes, Ramones, but transcended that. Like
Absolutely.
so much more. I mean, Lemmy was the stories I can tell about Lemmy. Like one of my favorite ones is like he bought, when he first got a little bit of money, compró a modest house 3 or 4 blocks away from his favorite bar in Hollywood.
In Hollywood, yeah.
So he can just walk there.
Yeah.
And drink at that bar.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
For decades.
Cool.
Decades.
Yeah. People. Y bueno, busqué. I needed to find Lemmy somehow. And sure enough, I recalled this conversation with Animal, and it blew my mind that por una botella, literally,
the whiskey.
¿Cuánto? Is it just a bottle of whiskey? And he sang the AC/DC Highway to Hell song with Animal on the album.
I'm getting chills, dude. I'm so jealous.
It is amazing. Y con eso terminamos esta noche. Muchísimas gracias. A través de DiavloVision, la banda elástica radio, mi vecindad, nos despedimos.
I'm so jealous. Anyways, hasta la próxima semana. Agur.
Buenas noches, raza. Cuídense.
That's an amazing story. And I 110% believe it. Just knowing like,
Well, what's trippy is that I kept thinking. It's like, I know there's cover band. I know there's bands that have covered Motorhead. There must be Latino bands that cover Motorhead. Of course there is.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. And it didn't dawn on me until I was like, I looked it up and I saw Highway to Hell and I was like, wait a moment, featuring. I was like, holy shit, I remember that story.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it was like, it's just crazy. It's crazy that to know that he did this, and that presence he never felt. So anyhow.
Well, that Motorhead had the similar story with Ramones, where they were so much bigger in Europa and Sudamerica than they were in the United States or England.
I saw a concert with Motorhead at one of the first South by Southwest when I was living in Austin. And it was at a parking lot next to the venue I used to work at. Mm-hmm. And so Lemmy was like walking around, like just getting ready for the show. And it was like Motorhead, right? And it was like sponsored by, I don't know, TV or something.
Everybody big, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like they would sponsor, not that they actually played them on the TV show, but anyhow. And then and all of a sudden he just was like fucking having a chela, and like I was like, holy shit, that's Lemmy.
It's Lemmy.
And sure enough, it just gets into the stage, and it was the parking lot, but it was like packed,
It's
y él como
Lemmy.
Nada, like
Lemmy from Motorhead. I read another story like he actually hated to play Ace of Spades.
What? Really?
Yeah. Only because it was one of the first songs they wrote back in the early 70s, right? And here it is like 30, 35 years later. And they asked him, why don't you stop playing it? He's all, no. The fans want to hear it. He's all, so fuck what I think.
Yeah. You know what other thing?
You know, kind of like,
Yeah.
You were
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
how he honored Bowie.
yeah,
Same thing he's doing here with ACDC.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, just like
Not
it's
not an
just-
egotistical
yeah.
guy at all. There's very few people that could say anything bad about the guy. Maybe some like exes, maybe, but you know.
Yeah.
Many bands,
Yeah.
from Latin America, Mexico, Central America, can say they had Lemmy on their.
No. And then you look at bands like Metallica, who I really like the first 2 or 3 albums, all the way up to like Master.
But then they just got so egotistical, man.
That's what I'm getting to. Like on the opposite side of the spectrum, you don't hear that many good stories about them, especially about Lars.
Bueno, nos
You know
vamos
what
a
I'm saying?
despedir a través del
Sí.
Face.
Right.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.